And today's question comes from Rachel in Kentucky. Our 19-year-old daughter just moved out after paying rent to us for the last 8 months. My husband wants to consider the money as hers and give it back to her, but I disagree. Currently, she has zero plans to go to college and has moved out because we made her. It was time. I was considering investing some of it or using the money to pay for college for our other daughter who will be graduating high school next year. What's your opinion? Mom is
hardcore.
Mom is feisty towards her daughter. Oh, I bet if it was a son, she'd give him the money.
Oh,
100%.
Oh,
I'm harder on my daughters, I feel like, than Charles, my little baby boy.
Little baby boy.
So sweet. I don't know, Rachel. Let me think. I mean, I think it's fine not to give it back to her. It does feel funny using her money to pay for the other sister's college. Would you give it back to her? Even if she has no plans? Like she doesn't know what she's going to be doing?
Okay, there's something wrong with this situation that is not money. It was time for her to leave, and I'm going to take her money and give it to her sister. It kind of sounds like we're a little pissed at daughter.
I don't know. I feel
there's
something.
There's a little friction here.
I feel a little
between
something.
Mom. It's time for her to get out. Well, hey, I'm with you. Kick them out. I ain't got any problem with that part. But get out there and do your thing.
I don't think you have to give her back the money,
You don't
though.
have to, but don't not give it to her because you're angry with her for her behavior, and then don't not give it to her and double down on the punishment and give it to her sister. Yeah, that's a little vindictive is the way it feels a little bit here. So by and large, I think
that is kind of sad though. I'm thinking about my two daughters, and if I'm like, I'm taking
you're so mad at one of them, you give it to the other one.
Yeah, giving it to Caroline.
Yeah, it's like, you little twerp, I'm going to give it to your sister. So yeah, I think your husband is probably saying that giving your daughter back this money is not a moral issue. It's not an ethical issue. I don't think it is. I don't think you owe it to her. I think her leaving with a little bit of friction as she leaves, sparks flying, as the old trunk was drug out and thrown in the back of the car, or whatever we call it here. This would be just a little grace. I'm going to give it to her and just call it grace, and just put not to try to buy her affection or to cover over the misbehavior or something like that. I don't know what went on, but you said it was time for her to go, so there's something a little bit pushy there, and
because we made her. It says she moved out because
or maybe
she was doing nothing. I mean, she could have, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So maybe you tie the giving money back to her based on her behavior, some behavior you want to encourage out there in the wild. Okay, and so like, if you do this or this, we'll give you the money. We're going to give you this back, or like, for instance, and honestly, I kind of think Mom's pretty upset with her. There's a lot of emotion in these words. And I think probably, Mom, you step back and just ask your husband to talk to her about it, to the daughter about it. And because there seems to be a little bit there, and just say, I think we might want to help you in your new start. And if you went through,
so we'll match you your emergency fund or something.
If you match your emergency fund, or we'll, or if you're going to pay off some debt, we'll help you with that, and we'll match that up. We're going to use some of the money you paid us in rent to help you get started and to encourage some good behaviors. If you want to go through Financial Peace University, we would give you $1,000 of this back as an incentive to do that, and something like that, something that helps the daughter that left get a sustainable situation out there. But now, I would not give it to her if she's misbehaving out in the wild.
Yeah.
And you're going to finance her misbehavior by giving her old rent money back. That's not an act of love. That's just enabling. So, I guess there's a lot going on here that we don't know, but we are sure Mom's hardcore, no question. And I like her. That's great. Because an eagle that doesn't leave the nest is eventually known as a turkey.